Hi, Namaste. So today on this show, we have a very interesting guest, a chartered accountant, Anuj Jain from Gurgaon, who works with Deloitte, M&A Tax. The reason why he's on this show is to discuss his new book, Success is a Low Probability Game. And I found this quite interesting because it talks about the definition of success from a very unconventional perspective. How moving up the corporate ladder is not just a function of hard work. More to hear from Anuj. So, Anuj, many Indians feel that success depends on hard work and luck and some jugaad. Now, what is your recipe for beating the odds?
Right. Thank you so much, Anurag. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to do the podcast with you. Now, just to start with the question, so the first thing that you wanted to understand is how does hard work, luck, and other factors play a critical role? So one of it is they also are equally important. It is not that they don't play a critical role, but there are a lot of other factors, right, which are discussed in this book, which have a equal playing when it comes to moving up your achieving up your goal. And the book doesn't just talk about the corporate ladder. So whenever you choose a goal which has a low probability of success, which is discussed in this book, some of it is what I am also learning. So I'm not the one who knows all of it. But yeah, there are other factors like if you are doing hard work, then there's a period also which it will take, right? It can't be just that you succeed in just 1 month and when you start putting your effort to something. So a lot of other factors like time duration you have to wait, or maybe there are factors which are beyond your control. Now, how do you deal with those factors? It won't be just like every time you do something and you get outcome of it, right? A lot of it depends on various other factors which are uncontrollable. But the book talks about identifying the controllable factors and working upon them, because again, uncontrollables are beyond your sort of expertise, beyond your capability. And there are situations when we compare ourselves with others. There are situations when we start seeing that some people are fortunate enough than us. The real problem is they would be fortunate, and why would they not use their benefits if they have those benefits, right? If you would have been at their place, you would have also wanted those benefits to go and accomplish your goals. So all of it comes during this journey. But the whole factor is you need to focus on the people who didn't have similar advantages and similar benefits, and they have also accomplished those goals. Now, can you be a part of those bunch of people that succeeded without those advantages? Life won't be harsh to you. It would be harsh, but it won't. But eventually you'll succeed, right? You'll have to have faith. So faith is also one of the factor. Believing in other people, right, who are around you, who have supported you during your journey, showing that trust in them is also one of the critical factors, because whatever you've accomplished because of those people, and they'll continue to support you in your journey. So a lot of other factors is what I've tried to touch upon when in this book, rather than just talking about those basic things that we already know when we start working on achieving a challenging goal.
Okay. तो बेसिकली हमारा ना हमेशा एक रिलेटिव होगा जो बोलेगा तुम्हारा क्या बैकअप प्लान है, क्या करोगे अगर ये नहीं हुआ. सो लेट्स से यू आर डूइंग सीए, यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर एमबीए, यूपीएससी. तो जब हम अनसर्टेन गोल्स चेस करते हैं, तो हाउ डज वन
Right.
हैंडल सच क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम रिलेटिव्स अबाउट व्हाट इज योर बैकअप प्लान?
Right. So one is whenever you are working towards accomplishing a goal, you will face a lot of emotional challenges, right? One of the challenges that Anurag you are referring to is how do you deal with the society? How do you deal with the peers? Because they'll continue to believe that you won't succeed because there's a small percentage of people who succeed. But it is just about having faith in yourself, because it's just a matter of time. You're working on something, you'll succeed. But having a plan B always doesn't work. So you need to have all-in sort of an approach, which is also discussed in this book. Which means if you are working towards a goal, there is no plan B. It may take some time, and there are a couple of chapters where we have also discussed what is the plan B, right? If, say, for an example, you have chosen a goal, this was the plan A. Now, if you have failed at some point in time and you're believing that it is not something you're gonna accomplish, right? Now, what are the other options that you have? One is you change and pick up one more challenging goal in life. So if you have failed in one challenging goal, you'll fail in another challenging goal, right? That will generate frustration in you, and really you would not achieve anything after spending so much years of hard work and so much years of patience. So it is better that if you have chosen one goal, work towards it. It may delay your ultimate accomplishment, but really there's no plan B. Plan B is something you can figure out during the journey only. Right now, you can't start with a alternate.
Our society focuses a lot on job security. So
Right,
young Indians, while they pursue dreams where the chances are slim. So if you're trying to do something which
right,
is outlandish, the probability of success will be very low. If you're trying to do
right,
something which is very, very certain, the payoffs are also very limited. So
right.
then how does one really pursue such dreams? How does one balance expectations, payoffs?
Right. So a lot of it also depends on the risk appetite that you have, right? Rewards always doesn't come in a risk-free scenario. So similarly, see, one is you invest your money in fixed deposit, right? What are you getting? 7-8%, right? If you are happy with that, then really you invest. No one is pushing you to have 30-35% exceptional return, or a return at least which is 22% for 30 years, and that will make you somebody exceptional and have a better wealth than others. So that's what we are focusing on, right? If you don't believe that you want to take that risk, you don't want to have those rewards, then it is also equally good, right? But if you believe that there are rewards that you're chasing for and you're ambitious, then probably you'll have to take higher risk, right? That comes with the cost that if you fail in your mission, really you may be sitting in a situation where you would have been good if you would have invested in a normal sort of a goal. Say for an example, you would have invested in fixed deposit. Now the problem here is for chasing the bigger rewards, you need to take bigger risk. Job security is also needed, right. It is not a scenario where we believe that everything comes so easily. That may be a situation for a lot of people. Say for an example, we have covered an example of MS Dhoni in this book, right? At some point in time, he believed that working as a TT in Indian Railway is better for him for the timing than chasing a challenging goal, right? To become a cricketer and go for he was also not sure whether he'll become a captain in Indian cricket team. So that sort of an approach is sometimes needed in your life to balance between two things, then chase a goal and then really give yourself a time. And if you accomplish, you accomplish. If you don't accomplish, then probably just figure out what do you want to do later.
Okay. And what has been your most valuable failure? For example, since you are an author, you are speaking about success, failure. So whether it is
Right,
life or whether it is as an author, your experiences of publishing as an author, what has been your most valuable failure?
right. So there are a lot of variations that we keep facing day in day out, right? So which means if you have picked up a challenging goal, you will fail daily, right? Out of 10 things that you are doing, you will fail in seven. So one of the failures, say for an example, if I've written this book, if it doesn't achieve the objectives that I've saved that I have kind of set for this book, then probably it's a failure for the timing, right? So those sort of failures, as an example, would continue to grow you, you'll continue to experience them. These are not failures. These are just a process of transformation and reaching to a particular goal, is what I'll say. But failure is just about you believing that it's a failure. Really, there's no failure to me. Anurag, is what I've learned.
Hmm. And about your success, like in your little journey, what has been your most critical success?
Success is just about, say for example, if you've picked up a challenging goal and if you believe that this is what is really working for you now taking it to the new heights, taking it to the next level, taking it to the next level is something I believe that it's the right point in success, where you look back for the couple of years and time that you have invested, and then you believe that now you have reached at a certain point. This was a goal that you have chosen for yourself, and it's really taking you to the right height. Now, if you want to reach at the top, obviously there'll be a limited people who'll reach at the top, right? That's just about 1% people, or say a limited person who'll make at every challenging goal to accomplish. But success for me actually means that if you have chosen a goal, you're working towards it, and really you are moving in the right direction, and probably you see that the journey is difficult, but someday you will make this happen, right? That's what the success really means.
Okay. And in terms of a personal success, was it CA in your case? Was it working in Big Four? Was it some big transaction? Was it publishing the book? Also, what was that success story that you would have?
So not really, there's no success story. Every time I would say CA was a success at one point in time when I was 22. Now the next success is something that you define in the same journey, right? Say for an example, you'll say that you'll join a consulting firm and become a partner, right? So when you become a partner, then there would be next journey you will pursue, right? So those sort of new goals that you continue to set, and that's the last chapter of this book, that you can't be in a comfort zone, right? You would have a success, you'll have a temporary comfort and enjoyment and a party that you'll have, but really then you'll work towards the next goal, and then you'll become a discomfortable guy that this is what the success was for the timing, and there's a new challenge coming up for you.
Now, one chapter that I really loved in your book was how you should use comparison wisely for growth, not for doubt. So, can you
Right.
explain this to our viewers? What exactly would that mean?
Right. So what happens is whenever we are pursuing a journey, there would be peers, there would be people around us whom we'll compare us with. And obviously, by comparing with those people, we'll start believing that somebody has a better capability than us, somebody has a better resource and infrastructure than us, somebody is more fortunate with certain aspects of the life which are needed to accomplish a goal, right? Say, for an example, uh, if you want to become a model, you believe that somebody whom you are competing with is more good looking, right? You can't change all of it. Now, comparison in this process can help you to draw the better things that the other person has, and can you work upon them to make yourself better, but really not to demotivate yourself that somebody is better than you and really you don't stand up as a competitor. The real problem is somebody would always be better than you, and it doesn't work this way that only the better person would succeed. Obviously they'll succeed, but as I've been saying, nobody knows what give you a situation and you really win out of others. So you'll have to have the faith also, is what I'm trying to say. But the comparison here is helpful. That means if you play it in a sportsman spirit, you'll find out the situations where comparison would really help you to gain the better things in you and move ahead with your journey.
Hmm. And about pivoting your goals, for example, in India, if you don't make it to IIM, IAS, IIT, CA, then how do you keep your hopes alive?
So, Anurag, I would really want to say that these are one of the bunch of the goals. Right? There are other bunch of the goals. Say, for an example, if you have set a goal that you want to start a startup and do entrepreneurship. Really, that won't translate into you having a tag of IIT or you having a tag of IIM, right? That really doesn't mean. But the whole thing is, after doing 10 years of hard work or after doing 15 years of hard work, if you are able to accomplish what you have set for yourself, really does that mean that you're not having a tag, but you're doing far better in your life than somebody who had that tag? Doesn't make you somebody who's less in a way, right? So that's what the book is all about. It's not really focusing on one segment of the people who have that coveted tag of IIT IIM as an example. But yeah, even if you're pursuing modeling, even if you want to become a cricketer, whatever you want to do in your life which has a challenge, and if it has a low probability of success, then all the factors of the journey would more or less remain the same, whatever span or whatever goal you choose, right? So this is a common things for everybody who's wanting to work towards to accomplish something.
In fact, my final question is, if you were to gift this book to some celebrity, who would have you would do this for?
This book is not for celebrities and leaders, and this book is for us as people who are hustlers and who want to grow in their life, right? So people who are in the age of learning and who want to who want more learnings out of this book, and I have written this book as a learner only. I don't see that leaders or celebrity would really want this book. They already know all of it. So even if I give this book to somebody who's more 15 years older than me, then probably he may say that some of it is what I know out of the experience that I have. So that's what I've tried to put in this book, that somebody who's in the age bracket of 30, 25 to 35, he's wanting to accomplish something, and somebody who can relate to this book, right? So I've tried to be funny in this book at a lot of times, where I believe that it is not always important to be just to the point and try to explain what you're trying to explain, and that's why this book would be more interesting with examples, and comes with a lot of things. But I don't believe that this book is for leaders and celebrities. They don't need it.
All right. Fantastic. Great, Anuj. Great to have you on this podcast. And I'm sure that you are going to continue coming up with more books, especially breaking that stereotype of a chartered accountant being a boring tax person. So you've taken the courage to come up with a book and share your insights with us. So thank you for that. And I hope whoever reads this book will find this worthwhile. Thank you.
Thanks, Anurag. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much for spending the time to take this live. Thanks for all the support.